Hi, I hope you guys are doing good. I hope you guys are doing great. I'm doing pretty good. I feel so much better. Oh my goodness. Especially, especially since it's gonna be another season. The season is kicking in. It's gonna be fall soon. And this is one of my favorite times of the year. And it just puts you in a good mood anyway. No matter what's going on, the fall and the spring put me in a really good mood. It's so nostalgic. And it's just like it just feels good. It's like something has been cleansed or something. You just feel amazing. I love the weather and stuff like that. But yeah, guys, I'm so happy today. I just thought about when a person tried to bring up your past and things like that. They try to bring up your past just randomly out of the blue. Like I had a lady do me like this a while back. She brought up my past just unwarranted out of the blue. Like she brought up the fact when I was telling you guys I was doing all that drinking when I was going through voodoo. She brought that up, but she didn't bring up the voodoo part, right? She said, Keisha, you remember when you was doing all that drinking? I'm like, yeah. How could I forget? How could I forget when the enemy had me in a chokehold? How could I forget when I was getting folded up by voodoo? Like, how could I forget that? How could I forget the worst time of my whole life? Like, you think I was enjoying myself sitting there doing all that drinking? I was mad because I was doing all that drinking. Like, y'all, when I tell y'all, that shut that lady up. And it put a damper on the enemy's plan, okay? Because the enemy actually, he looks at facial expression, he looks at body language and all of that, y'all. A lot of people just don't know. And if he'd have seen an opening in me that day, I'm pretty sure he'd have tried to plant seeds of like shame and grief and regret. That's the kind of stuff he tried to plant inside of us. And that's one of the reasons why he tried to bring up the past and stuff like that. He worked through people to try to randomly bring up the past. It's like, yeah, I remember that. Agree with these people when they tell you, especially if you remember. And then act like you okay with talking about it too. Be like, yeah, you want to talk about it? I'll talk about it with you. You want to talk about it? But it's funny to me because I had already started the channel. And I had already brought it up. I had already talked about it and everything else. So it wasn't even nothing that I was ashamed of like that anyway. I mean, it wasn't even my fault. Like the stuff that I was going through, there wasn't even nothing that I did to myself. So it was just like, yeah, I remember when you did this to me, devil. That's basically what I was saying. Had me out here looking crazy. Yeah, I remember that. How could I forget? So it's really nothing that anybody could like bring up. But yeah, people try to do that to you. You have to shut it down with like, yeah, I remember all of that. I remember every last bit of it. Sure do. You want to talk about it? You want to talk about why I was going through all that? And usually they don't want to talk about it. They just want to bring up some old stuff to try to make you look bad, to try to make you seem like you just this type of person. And you know, it's like, no, Satan, you can't make me feel shame about what you did to me when you tried to kill me. Like, no, it don't work like that. It don't work like that at all. So the enemy can bring up whatever he want to bring up. What I'm gonna bring up too is you remember when Jesus died for our sins? Do you remember that? Oh, you don't want to talk about it now, huh? You good now, huh? Okay. All right, you don't want to talk about that part. You don't want to talk about the fact that you the one set me up, but you the one that sit up and want to bring it up to make me feel bad. Like, yeah, this is just an example, y'all. I have to use myself as an example sometimes as to what to do and what to say because it's funny to me. I was laughing after that because I seen the look on this person's face. It's like they shut down. It shut their whole thing down. And that's because something had manifested in them and did that. You know what I'm saying? The stuff will start manifesting in people and they'll start doing stuff like that. But that's like one of those old things. And I think too, it also depends on who's saying it as well. Because this really was a stranger. Like she was a stranger. I don't even know this lady's name. So it was an attack out of the blue. This was a while back. This was nowhere near recent, but it came to my mind again, and it's been ringing in my spirit. So that's the reason why I'm talking about it. I think this happened last year. If it didn't happen last year, it had to happen like 2 years ago or something. It was a while back, but it got brought up again, and I had forgot all about it. So whoever this is for, yeah, agree with them. Agree with them. Shut them down in agreement. Because yeah, I remember. You know, you want to talk about my stuff? We can talk about it. They don't want to do that. They want to see your face. They want to take that little, you know, any light in your eyes. They want to see it dim down just a little bit. They want to put all types of grief and just like regret and shame in your spirit, you know. So if you shut that stuff down by like, yeah, you know, and what's up? I don't do that no more. They ain't got nothing else to say. They don't gonna have nothing else to say because you don't do that anymore. You broke free. You can also be like, yeah, you remember when I broke free from that stuff too? You remember that? Oh, you don't remember that, huh? But you remember what happened back in the day. This stuff happened 12 years ago. Why you bringing this stuff up? It'd be weird stuff like that. See, the enemy, he got good memory. But when it comes down to his stuff, he don't want to remember that, right? But yeah, y'all. I'll talk to y'all later. Love y'all. Bye.